Christian parenting.
Aloha, friends. Welcome to the Boy Mom Podcast, powered by Christian Parenting and hosted by my mom, Monica Swanson. On the Boy Mom Podcast, it is our goal to provide you with practical advice and biblical wisdom for raising boys in this sometimes crazy world. You can find show notes for the podcast over at monicaswanson.com/podcast. We're so glad you're here.
Hey friends, and Mele Kaliki Maka. Merry, Merry Christmas from my family to yours. I hope you're having an awesome week, and thank you for taking time in the midst of a busy season to tune in and share a little holiday cheer with all of us here. Today I have two of my sons, Josiah and Luke, are hopping on with me to just share some Christmas memories and traditions from our life here in Hawaii, and we realized actually partway through that this is a bit of a tradition itself now because we did something similar last year. So I'll be linking to last year's episode in the show notes if you want to go back and listen. Some of it may be repeated, but it's fun to share the things that come to my boys when I ask them these questions about their holiday memories. And I think the cool thing is, as you listen, you're going to find that my boys are probably a lot like yours. I don't have extravagant traditions. I haven't created any original rituals. We pretty much have a very simple life, like most people. And the cool thing is that my boys' greatest memories are the simple things. Their most fond memories growing up are just the simple things we do as a family. And that's what I love. And if you have younger kids, I just want to encourage you and let you know that you don't have to do a lot of fancy stuff. You don't have to get crazy and kill yourself trying to make Christmas memorable. Just gather as a family, do the simple things, and your kids will remember them for a lifetime. Now, my plan was to have all four boys come on, but then I decided that I want to record a special episode with Jonah that I will share in the new year. And so I let Levi off the hook as well, and I'll get him on an episode soon as well. So today we've got Josiah and Luke only. And I do want to give you a little heads up that because we recorded here at home, I have a second microphone that seems to have really bad sound. And so I apologize. I was using that one in the interview, so I'm a little bit muffled. And so it looks like I need to order a better microphone for these home interviews. So thanks for bearing with us with that. Hopefully, though, you'll get the heart of it and you'll be able to hear the boys well. And I just want to thank you so much again for taking time to be here, for being a part of this podcast community. I just appreciate you guys so much, and I do hope you have the most wonderful Christmas week. And I've got an episode next week that is going to just get you really excited for the new year. So definitely plan to come back and be with us next week, and also all kinds of great interviews and episodes planned for the new year. So you might want to gather your kids and jump in and join Josiah and Luke and I as we chat about Christmas memories and traditions. I hope you enjoy. We're going to start with Josiah because Josiah is the oldest son and he's 21 and a half. Is that right? 21 and a half. So Josiah, I want to ask you, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Ooh, good question, Mom. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you. Welcome back home.
Yeah. Well, I would say my favorite Christmas song is O Come, Emmanuel.
All right.
Would you like to know why?
Yeah, I thought you might be about to sing it for us.
Actually, I think I've talked about this song on the podcast before.
Really?
Yeah, strangely enough. Maybe last year. But
Really?
for the
that.
same reason as I may have discussed before, I think that it's a beautiful song with a lot of theology, and it really describes well the state of humanity before Christ came and all the difference it makes now that we know that he has come and done what he needed to do to save us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Do you have a favorite artist who plays or sings that song?
Oh, I don't think so, although more recently I have been enjoying Josh Garrell's take on the song.
Okay, good. maybe we'll put a little playlist of some of our favorite Christmas songs in the show notes.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Do you like how I think of these things as we're recording?
Yeah.
Okay, Luke, do you have a favorite Christmas song?
I'm not sure about that. I listen to everything, but I don't know.
What have we been listening to lately in the house?
Everything.
Yeah,
we've been listening to a lot of Bing Crosby, I feel like.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I think since Dad got his new truck.
Oh, yeah. We've been listening to a good amount of country Christmas and like
Christmas.
Josh Turner.
Josh Turner.
Has kind of been the name in the house lately.
It has. Okay, we're going to link to a list of some of our favorite Christmas music in show notes. Luke, what else do you want to tell us about Christmas?
It's the best time of the year. I don't know. I feel like all my childhood was always about like presents and stuff, but I don't know, just kind of getting older and starting to appreciate it more for what it really is, and like on a deeper level, the fact that Jesus came to earth and came in the form of man, and to step down from the throne and do that is just such a crazy example to follow, and it's really awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, that is so cool. Do you have a favorite Christmas memory you want to share with us from maybe your childhood growing up?
Oh man, I remember distinctly being very, very, very happy about getting a bike when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I think it had training wheels on it, but I don't know. I just remember I think maybe all of us brothers got a bike each, and I just remember being so happy that I had one I could ride it around the neighborhood. Maybe I might have been 4 or 5, but.
And I remember that your training wheels lasted about 5 minutes.
Yeah, they might. I probably broke them off or something.
Yeah, you were ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Christmas we'll always remember.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because before that it was a lot of toys and Legos and things, and then the bike year was a big deal.
That was a lasting present too.
Totally. Okay, Luke. This year, what's on your Christmas list? Luke's 16, by the way.
On my Christmas list. Mm-hmm. Well, my surf sponsors have taken the incredible favor of giving me clothing, and so
he doesn't get. We get a lot of the kids' clothes every year, and then Luke.
Yeah, so
covered.
I think shoes. I would like some shoes. I think that would be
cool if you were sponsored by Nike.
Oh, that would be incredible. But
anybody from Nike, listen, Luke does not have a sport shoe sponsor.
Mm-mm.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyways,
but then we would have nothing to get you.
Yeah, exactly. Then I'd be. Yeah, well, and that's the thing is, as I've gotten older, I've started to be more content without getting stuff. Focusing on finding stuff for other people and being involved with getting other people fun stuff so that they're excited.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Because last year, why don't we share what was your Christmas gift?
Oh yeah, the popcorn popper.
I still feel a little bad about that.
Never gonna forget that ever.
Well, again, his brothers all needed clothes, so we were getting them board shorts and aloha shirts and some warm shirts for Josiah for California, and then somehow Luke got a popcorn popper.
Well, yeah,
I'm
and
sure you had some other
and not that that's a bad gift. No. In fact, it was pretty thoughtful, because I think there was a certain point last year where I was eating a lot of microwavable popcorn just because I got into a little season of eating popcorn, and whoever got me that was being
since we got the popcorn popper.
Oh yeah, that thing is so hard to use. It's just way better to stick it in the microwave. 100%.
It's just taking up space in the pantry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're going back to Josiah now, and Josiah is going to tell us. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Oh man, yeah, it's actually one of my favorite movies, in general. Mm-hmm. That would be It's a Wonderful Life.
Totally.
We just watched that as a family recently, and
we were so into that.
I just can't get over that story. It's just really touching, I think.
Profound, right?
Absolutely.
And you were really impressed with this. What do you call it? The script. I mean, everything about it was really well done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really hold it up to some of the same standards as I do to other movies. I think that more than anything, it's just got a really good moral backbone. And that's something a lot of movies today lack. And and it's funny, I was listing off some of my favorite movies recently, and most of them are older movies made before the 80s and 90s. And I think it's because that's where you find just more of an appreciation for a moral life, where the hero might go unnoticed by the average person, but they are still making decisions that are extremely important for society, and most importantly, decisions that God approves of and desires for us to make.
So good. I love that. Yes, everyone needs to, and we went a lot of years without watching It's a Wonderful Life. Now we watch it every year.
Yeah, and one thing that I got out of the movie this time that I had never noticed before was a quote that was actually hung up on the office wall in Bailey and Loan's their little just office area, and it came from George Bailey's dad. Sorry, it's actually called Building and Loan, right? George Bailey's Building and Loan. He inherited it from his father, and what his father had said, and this was something that stuck with him, and now it sticks with me, is you can only take what you give away, or you can only keep what you give away. And I don't know if that's found in the Bible, but I get the point. And basically it's like, if you live a selfish life and you're only thinking about yourself, then you actually miss out on a lot of what life is about and a lot of the joy that God promises to people who live for others. And, you know, with the popcorn story that I just think is so funny, it goes to show you that there's not a lot of fulfillment in getting gifts. And even the gifts that you really want and you ask for, a lot of times they fail on you and they don't end up being everything you expect. But a really, really good gift in the end is just the gift of giving and being able to learn how to give to other people.
I love that. So good. Thanks, Josiah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we move on to the other brothers, why don't you share one thing you love about the true Christmas story, like about just the idea of Christ coming to our world?
Well, we were just having this fun Christmas party with our church's youth group, and we were talking about Emmanuel, the idea of God becoming man. And one thing that I really appreciate about the mind-blowing fact that God became a man is that it helps me to obey God. Just like how I really appreciate knowledge that comes from people with experience, I can so much more appreciate the commands of the Bible because God himself lived as a man and obeyed those commands himself. And so I really have no excuse to disobey God or try to do things my own way because he himself actually pulled it off. He did it and showed us how it's done, how it's supposed to happen. And so I can really confidently obey him and trust that this is the way that things are supposed to be.
I love that. Yeah, what a difference it makes that he did come. I mean, it would be completely different if it was just a big God up in heaven.
Totally.
But he understands our humanity.
I mean, I think I would still have to obey him, but it's a lot easier because of Jesus.
So good. Thank you, Josiah.
Of course.
Merry Christmas. Okay, Luke, before I let you go, I'm going to ask you for fun. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
I might have to just go right off the top of my head and say the Home Alone series, but like the first two, not like the other ones, because I think the first two are the best. But I think it's just hilarious. I don't know. And it's a good story too. I mean, watching those guys get super, like it's all fake, but watching them getting, totally destroyed by Kevin. And though we all think of Levi, I think when we're watching it as Kevin, but I think you also from a young age kind of I definitely jive with that kid for sure. But yeah, also like just I was saying that movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah. It's such a good movie, and although it's really old and it's not the best quality,
the boys were like, we don't want to watch this.
Oh yeah. Now, my first instinct was like, oh my goodness, is this black and white? Like, what are we doing? This thing is prehistoric. But man, the truth behind that, and just in the end, like, it's just kind of ironic because he runs like a loaning business, and in the end, he actually needs money, and everyone comes through. And okay, I don't want to ruin it, but just the idea that that his character, you know, was his insurance, and you know, all the things he had done for his community over the years is really what helped him, and to think that, you know, that that's something that a lot of the world, I feel like, still needs to hear, because we're such a selfish group of people, and we're so worried about ourselves most of the time, that when we really step out of our way to help someone else out, it might just have some rewards in the end.
So true. Okay, and before I let you go, can I ask you to share something you love about the True Christmas Story?
Yeah. I like I mentioned earlier, just the sacrifice that it meant for, you know, Jesus to come down in the form of man and be among us, a people who were rebelling and had turned against him repeatedly. And I mean, really, you look at the Bible, and from start to finish, or at least till, you know, Jesus came to earth, we were just a group of people that would obey God and then turn away and disobey him. And, you know, he created the entire universe. And to think about, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing that we see with our eyes, to think the creator of the universe loved us enough to come down, even though we had rejected him, and then die on the cross for us. I mean, that's just mind-boggling. And you know, I couldn't be more grateful for anything that anyone could do for me. Right. So, yeah, I mean, I just think that's awesome.
It is. And such a good time to just slow down. And obviously that's something we could think about all year round, but to slow down at Christmas time and really meditate on that.
Exactly. Totally. So Christmas time, and forgetting about the presents and refreshing your mind and being like, wow, this is actually such a cool time, aside from the Christmas lists and the Christmas trees and all that. It's just really an awesome time.
It is. And you also like this time of year because there's really good waves, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I haven't stopped surfing. I'm like literally in my board shorts right now. I like, so many good waves.
Christmas in Hawaii has its own uniqueness.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that is really good waves.
Yeah, definitely. We're not exactly traditional, but very, very awesome.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining us, Luke, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed those short little conversations. And of course, you'll find links to anything we mentioned, that little playlist we talked about, where you can find and follow both boys over in show notes, which you can always find at monicaswanson.com/podcast. So thanks so much for being here. I'm going to let you get back to your baking or wrapping or movie watching, whatever you might be doing this week. And I just want to say to anyone out there who is struggling, missing somebody, feeling a little bit lonely, or just challenged in this holiday season for whatever reason, I just want you to know that you are in my thoughts and prayers, and I do believe that God sees you and he is there for you. So I pray that you find peace in that. I wish you all the merriest Christmas possible, and I do hope you'll find your way back here next week, where I have an interview that I think will prepare us all well for a new year ahead. So thanks for being here. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and until next time, aloha.